filed that away. Henry Norton, the man who was with me while viewing my dead grandfather. The second viewing should have been easier. I thought I was prepared for what I would see, but the sight of Oma on the cold metal sliced through me and burst the bubble of unreality that had enveloped me until then. She was covered only by a thin sheet, a smaller one draped over the side of her head. Instantly, I wondered what it was covering. A gunshot wound? A contusion? Knife wound? The detectives hadn't said, only that the cause of death would be determined by an autopsy. I crossed my arms, pressing them into my stomach. Yeah, that's her. I couldn't seem to take my eyes off that sheet. Name? Margarete Elsbeth Weiss. My teeth were clenched. I wanted to break through the glass and shake her back to life. I wanted her to open her eyes and smile her watery smile, ask me to get her a blanket. I wanted the colour to wash back into her cheeks and that damned sheet to magically disappear. The seconds stretched out and finally I dragged my gaze away. Detective Norton closed the curtain. If you'll come with me, we'll need to fill out some paperwork. Unless you need a minute. My legs were wobbly. I was cold. No, let's get this over with. I signed and dated the papers. Juliet Dunn, 24th of July, 2009, officially declaring that the two lifeless bodies now resting in a bank of refrigerated storage drawers were indeed my grandparents. My hands shook as I put the pen down and followed the detectives back out to their car. It was close to peak hour, and the din of the traffic out on the street pounded through my skull. I couldn't stand the silence in the morgue, but I couldn't tolerate the noise outside either. I shrank from it, retreating behind Detective Norton as we exited the building, as if his bulk could protect me. "Is there somewhere we can drop you, Miss Dunn?" the female detective asked. I'd forgotten her name too. "Someone you could be with? It's probably best not to be alone right now." "No, there's no one." Oma and Opa were my only family. Had been my only family since I was 10 when Lily left. "Just take me home. I'll be fine." We arrived at the beachside cottage as dusk was falling. I couldn't remember the drive back to Victor Harbour. We must have made our way through the city, down the expressway and onto the winding road that led south, but the memory of it escaped me. All I could see was Oma lying on the gurney. She'd felt the cold so keenly these past few winters, wrapping herself in wool cardigans and sitting by the gas fire. Having spent her childhood on the edge of the Black Forest, it amused her that she could feel the cold at all in a city where snow never fell. The last of the daylight was filtering through the kitchen window as I threw my bag onto the table and kicked off the ridiculous shoes, standing barefoot in the fading light, numb, exhausted. There must be something I should be doing. Contacting a funeral parlour, preparing a death notice, finding Lily, or at least trying to. And Mum. How would I ever find Mum? She needed to know that her parents were dead. I sank onto a chair, staring blindly into the distance as dark closed in. My grandparents had raised me since I was 9. They were like parents to me. They'd been there for me when no one else had been. They had loved me when I'd thought I was unlovable. And now they were gone. Their lives snuffed out in a senseless killing. I should be crying, but the tears weren't coming and I couldn't face thinking about any of the rest of it. A soft touch on my leg brought me out of my reverie. Bronte rubbed up against me, her purr filling the silence. Picking her up, I buried my nose in her fur until she squirmed to be released. Then I rose and snapped on the light. The breakfast dishes were still in the sink, so I ran the hot water over them, then turned it off before the sink could fill. Leaning on the kitchen bench, I put my head in my hands, images of the day running through my mind. I wished I could remember the name of the